Hi, and welcome to Everybody Has a Podcast. I'm Blitz Ace, and this is my co-host.
Oh, I have to say my own name,
You,
Jenko, and I
yeah,
totally wasn't distracted looking at my phone
every
then.
single time I
I
say to
thought
you
you were going to
beforehand,
say the name
why would I say your
because you're doing
name?
the intro.
Yeah, but I said I'll say my name. You
Oh,
introduce yourself.
okay. I wasn't listening.
That, yeah, that tracks. That
Yeah, we
really
had a 10-minute
tracks.
discussion, and I'm going to be honest. I heard a lot of it. I heard a lot of it. But,
So all the things I said that I wanted to sort of like briefly talk about and talk through and everything. Do you
yes.
do you have any ideas what they are?
Yes.
I'm gonna go with no, but all right. But
I know. I do.
okay.
Okay.
So yeah. I know you haven't had a chance to watch Dragon Ball Daima.
I have not. No. I mean, I should have started that instead of Gundam because I started watching Gundam from the very beginning.
Yeah,
So
but
maybe I should
when
have.
you say the very beginning, do you mean like is
I
it?
mean, like 1979.
I was gonna say you're
Yeah.
talking like beginning.
I wasn't like Gundam Wing, Endless Waltz starting from 1997 or whatever. We're going like 1979, and it's not great so far. I mean, it's good to go back and watch it from the beginning. I've always wanted to watch all of Gundam, so
Yeah, but like this is one of the
and
issues
before you,
that a lot of people have. Go on. What are you gonna say? Go on. Go on.
before you say like, oh, it's like 400 episodes, haha, sort of, but not really because they're all different series.
Ah,
They're all different series.
listen,
So
I'm
I can
not.
take a break in between. I can take a break in between.
I'm not. I'm not going to start on with One Piece with you. Okay, don't worry. I'm not.
Right.
I won't do that
Okay.
with you.
Just
Okay,
I'm
I'm
just
not. I'm
saying.
not going to do that.
I was just saying because you're like you won't watch Naruto, and that's like only like
Think,
8 years worth of footage or whatever.
Naruto, I think, is like 600
Oh
episodes.
come on! But you know what I mean? Like I can take a break in between watching the Gundam shows.
Yeah, but
So
what I'm
yeah,
saying, what I was going to say, is that some of the older stuff might not suit current audiences. That's often what you
of
find
what
with.
Gundam or
Yeah,
Naruto? I mean,
probably both.
it's not terrible, but the stakes are not as high as they would be in modern things.
So what how would you improve the ones that you're watching right now? What's the issue with them? Is it just story issue? Is it like graphic
It's
issue?
it's the art's fine. It's not a graphics issue at all. It's just everything is really slow paced for what's happened so far. I feel like in a
Ah,
modern anime, like it would take like 3 episodes to do the 10 episodes that I've watched. Don't get me wrong, like I can see that there is peril and oh, it's scary times, but I think it is a bit slow and there's not enough what's the like tension in it. There's not enough tension for what it could be. And I like to say back in the day it probably was, but
yeah, okay.
being watching more modern stuff, there's a lot more tension in it. It's like when we go to talk about a TV show later on. I like
Mm,
it, but there's not enough. It's too much of a happy ending every episode type.
yeah, it is. Uh, it kind of depends on what kind of things you like watching. There are
Mm,
some that have like a prelude to like a really big dark thing coming up towards it, and then there are some things that don't really have much, and they just kind of go right. This is finished now. This is finished. So there's no sort of like impending sort of like thing for it. A lot of things nowadays they do that. They go on like a bit of a right. I'm going to start here. I'm going to go up.
yeah,
Right, peak. Whereas a lot
yeah,
of things there, they didn't know how long it was going to last, so I guess they just kind of went. So it probably
yeah,
didn't have as much of a plot point, I guess, as to what
yeah.
it could have had.
I'm just saying that white base in an anime or a film or wherever these days, white base would either be destroyed or it would have got back safely by now.
What else came out around that time?
What, 1979, man, I couldn't even tell you.
Well, no, because like original Dragon Ball was like 1986,
Mm,
1985. That
yeah,
was
but like late 70s, I don't know. Late 70s, I don't know.
mm,
Like mid 80s, mid to late 80s and 90s, I think that's like peak anime for me.
was things like Transformers. Was that like early 70s?
Yeah, well, that was I was about to say that was designed to sell robots, but then Cowboy Bebop was designed to sell toy spaceships. So yeah,
Cowboy Bebop kicks ass though.
it does kick ass. Yeah, it's just who made is it Bandai? Bandai are the toy people, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they went to the guy who did Cowboy Bebop, and they said we want to sell spaceships, so we're giving you enough money to make this 26 episode anime about spaceships. And he went, I can fucking do that. And then he made that, and then they were like, "How are we going to sell these spaceship toys? They're all like all the spaceships are all rickety and rackety and falling apart."
Do you remember the ship from Firefly?
Yes,
Yeah. Did
who
you know
doesn't?
you can buy a Lego version?
I did not know you could buy a Lego version of
It's
that.
not quite official Lego though, so you
Oh,
know.
there you go. So you can buy a non-official Lego of everything.
Yeah. So, but I looked at it and it's actually quite a decent size. It's like this big, and
Mm.
it's like,
Is that the Lego set as well, or?
yeah, yeah. um, yeah. So I was like looking at it, going, oh my god, I can't believe you can actually build
Oh
that.
my god!
Oh my god, like
Oh my
that's
god!
so unreal.
Ah.
Uh, yeah. But I get what you mean. It's like obviously you get things that were made to sell certain products, which that makes a lot of sense.
I mean, Cowboy Bebop was for spaceships, Transformers was for robots, and then Fortnite was for autism. So,
uh,
and I play Fortnite, and I'm autistic, so you know.
God, yeah, but not officially diagnosed, but all right.
Yeah.
Um, but like, Fortnite, I just it
It is the most heavily weaponized, monetized form of autism you can get, and I love it.
I just don't I just don't see the interest.
Neither does my wife. The one time she actually paid attention when I was playing it on the TV behind me in our living room. The one time I was playing it and she actually paid attention. She's like, "What are you? Are you the Mandalorian?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm the Mandalorian." And I think I had like some pumpkins flying off my ass as I flew through the sky. And she's like, "I thought you were a grown up. Grow up. Thought you matured. Grow up," is what she said to me. And I'm like, no.
No,
But I used to slate it till about 2 years ago, so I get it.
it no, but the issue isn't the fact that you've got fun stuff like that in there. I think the problem for me is obviously nowadays I prefer story-driven games.
Oh, mate, me too. I've been playing. What was I playing on the Xbox? I was playing the Tomb Raider games.
Oh, they're good.
2013 Tomb Raider, which was then had like Rise of the Tomb Raider and Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I'm playing them. They're really good. They're really good fun. I hadn't played them, so I
Was
wanted to play them. I saw they were on Game Pass and went for it.
Wait, was that the I'm trying to think. The 2013 one, was that when she stranded on an island?
Yeah,
That was really good. I enjoyed that.
yeah. That's what I mean. Yeah,
There were
I don't just play
three.
battle royale games.
There were three games.
Yeah,
It
there
was
was
part of
Tomb
a.
Raider, Shadow, and Rise.
So you've played through all of them then.
No, yeah, I've nearly finished Tomb Raider 1.
I
But
preferred
they're
that
supposed to
over
get
all of
even
them.
better.
It was really good
Oh, really?
because, yeah, I prefer the first one, the Tomb Raider one, because I quite liked, and it was strange for me, but I like the survival part of it.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, it's almost like you had to really find all this stuff. Granted, some of it was a bit weird that you found some of the stuff there just randomly, but you know.
I mean, it's no more weird than a Tomb Raider game. Like, find a tomb that's been uninhabited for 2,000 years, find machine gun ammo.
Yeah,
You
well,
know,
you got to pick it up from somewhere.
no one's been there for 100,000 years to find a new gun.
Yeah, why not?
You know,
Makes sense.
world's last T Rex.
I mean,
Kill it.
it's the same as like when you go on any like RPG and you kill like say a beast and it has money.
Yeah. Well, I think there was a thing I saw about this actually.
Oh my god.
Like game devs back in the day, they tried to explain it by saying you're just finding the loot of the
Uh,
last person that
mm,
ate inside of it, and I'm like, it's very thin, but I'll accept it.
okay, yeah, but like when you've got creatures like a Marlboro which would have like bile and everything burning away, it wouldn't have anything left.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's a flimsy excuse, but I'll take it. I'll take it.
I will accept it. It's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. I
Well,
like it because it doesn't make sense.
do you? Oh God. You're not a massive reader of manga and stuff, are you?
Not anymore. I've been reading comics totally legitimately online recently, though. By like the last 6 months.
There's a Korean manga. It's called The Gamer. It finished just last
Sounds
year.
familiar.
And I wanted to have them make it into like a series, but it kind of like leans into like the funny stuff that like how you can find like loopholes in games, how you can find glitches, and that's what obviously this kid does. He basically gets the abilities to be a gamer, as in
Mm.
he is a game character, and he finds like
Okay.
all the glitches in like being a game character in real life. It's
Okay.
just it's so weird, but it's
That
really
that
good.
that kind of had like a movement, didn't it? Like years ago, like it was like oh god, was it Sword Art Online? No game, no life.
Well, the newest
Um,
version of
it's like
that
solo
is
leveling.
that's it. Yeah, that's the newest
Yeah,
version of that,
Log Horizon.
which I believe Dan
Yeah,
is binge watching at the moment. The whole
don't
of solo
surprise me.
leveling.
That's
Yeah.
that's right up his alley. He fucking loves that stuff.
Hero Shield. That's one that's Rise of the Hero Shield Hero.
Mhm.
That's a good one. And it's obviously got the same sort of thing where you're like leveling up and blah 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 and sort of going through that. I like those type of animes and I like those type of mangas that even though they're the same concept, they're
Yeah,
just good. I just like them.
it's not. It's like this one I really like. It's quite short. I think it's like 6 episodes long. And it's an isekai one, which is where like people from our world gets transported into a
Mm,
different world.
yeah.
And I don't know if it's like they're transported into a fantasy world or a video game. This is never like it. As far as I know, it never finished. The anime, it was only 6 episodes long. It never got a sequel or anything like that. And it was like 8 to 10. Like when just a bunch of people arrived in like this other world or
Mm,
whatever, and they had to form guilds and stuff and kill goblins and monsters to get money to live.
mm,
And some of them had like magic powers, and there was like a guy that was built like a tank or
mm.
whatever, and other people like that. It was really really good because everyone in this beginning guild was absolutely terrible. It wasn't like there were some comedic moments in it, but it was like more serious than like a lot of the others, and it was really really good. And yeah, it was they fought for survival, and they were trying to kill a goblin, and like the first guy that killed one like started having like a panic attack immediately afterwards, and I'm like, I like that. Like it's not they're not as far as I can tell they're not in a video game, but I don't know for sure.
Well,
But
like
it's pretty good.
you either get it where they go into like a video game and they are either really OP. So you got
Yeah.
like Overlord is a good example of that one. So
Oh
like
yeah.
he is
I
just
think he
like
was really high level
he
anyway,
he
wasn't
is
he?
just high level. Well, he
Yeah.
kind of it was part of like a VR game,
Yeah.
and basically he wanted to sort of see it all the way to the end, and he was the only one that played it every single day. And like
Yeah.
when the server went offline, he thought that would be it, and he kind of like opened his eyes and he was like, "Oh, this is weird." And he tried taking
Yeah.
the helmet off, couldn't do it, and he's like, "Well, I wonder if
And then
anyone
he unfortunately
else."
started trying to get freaky on him, and
Well, that's because he changed the description of like one of the characters
oh, he did,
to
didn't he?
be
Yeah.
to be infatuated with him, and then so
That was
when
it.
she sort of came back, and it was like, wow, that okay, that's yeah. I mean, it was the end of the game. He just wanted to have fun with it, but it
That's
kind
it.
of
Just change a bit of code. Why not?
yeah, why not? Might as well.
I mean, I
Um,
keep thinking about trying like to put in Final Fantasy 14 again. I mean, I've got some time that I could play it now.
my issue with
Um,
14, I do enjoy the game. I really do enjoy the
my
game.
issue with it is I enjoy it. The
My
real
issue
pain in my ass is that it's good.
the real pain in my ass is it feels like it takes a bit of a grind. It went the first bit of story. It's a lot of you go from here, then you go miles across to here, go across to here. Because you don't need to do all of the side quest stuff, it kind of makes it less enjoyable.
Right.
Because you don't need to level up. You can literally just go there to there. Right, that's enough of a level up nowadays because they're trying to get you the new content. If you start from scratch, they just want to try and get you the new content. So they're right, you don't need to level up anymore. We're giving you enough experience for just the normal story content so you can catch up. And it's
Right.
like,
Okay.
I almost feel like that kind of takes away that you don't have to do all the side stuff. That kind of like,
Mm,
instead of going from here to here, you'd go here, a little bit of a side quest, drop it off here, a little bit of a side quest, drop it off, and then you'd get to here after doing like two side quests.
right. Okay.
And if you did the side quest, you're too overpowered for the story, and then it lowers your level anyway. So it kind of feels
Right.
pointless.
Okay.
So like, I love a good grindy game, but when they kind of try and speed you through it, it kind of gets rid of the grind, and I kind of miss a little bit of that side of things. So I've tried going back to it, I think about 4 times last year, and I managed to get to like, ooh, nearly towards the end of the first bit of content. I just couldn't. I didn't have the time to sort of go through it. You've got to have a lot of time to sink into it. I think it must take about, maybe if you speed ran through it, maybe about 40 hours if you just kind of like sped through the whole thing, skipping all the story and just kind of getting to the new content. New content
Right,
is
okay.
apparently like really, really good.
Mm.
And obviously,
Oh, what was that trailer that dancing in our group chat? Something about the Dawn
ooh,
Trail or
it
something?
looks really good.
I clicked on the link, thought it was like 5 minutes long. And at the time, I was like, I haven't got time to watch this. I'll come back and I forgot about it.
You definitely need to watch it because it is it's kind of like there's someone who's running away from like a horde of people, and obviously the village is burning. He's running away with his sister in his arms. He gets into this into this like cathedral or burnt down cathedral, whatever it is, breaks into it, and obviously they follow him in, and obviously then the dead rise, and then obviously people
Hmm.
start getting killed. But it's not, it doesn't end how you expect it to end. It kind of carries on, and it's got a really good twist to it. So I quite like
Oh,
the,
okay.
yeah. So I think it's right up your street as well. Are you going to
Hmm.
try and watch it now? Are you?
I'm not gonna try and watch it now. No, I'm just trying to pick a scab off my finger. It's right on a joint and it's really aching me. So
Oh.
I'm just trying to like pick that off gently as I talk. It's like really killing me. It's right on the knuckle joint of my finger.
Oh,
But it sounds
on the
interesting.
top side or the underside?
Like there.
Oh, oh yeah, that's never nice. I don't like that.
Do you remember like what? Okay, here's a question. I know we're already off topic by like a lot for 15, 20 minutes.
15 minutes,
What
yeah.
was yeah? What was your favorite video game trailer then? Because I have one, which is weird. A trailer for a video game.
So
If I were to ask Dan, he'd probably say Final Fantasy 14 or World of Warcraft. One of the
so
cinematics. So, but that's not a trailer, Dan.
well, no, because
That's a
well, it is.
cinematic.
Well, no, it's a trailer for like a game, a DLC that he was really looking forward to. So it makes sense, and
You're
some.
such an enabler, but all right.
Yes, I am also very argumentative, so I will always pick the opposite side.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am.
No, you're not.
So oh my god.
Yeah,
My
you are.
favorite game trailer. Fucking hell. Oh my god, I don't know. I'm not sure. What the hell's yours?
No, I hope I've got the right game because suddenly I'm like, I know exactly what it was, and then you have a flash of panic. You're like, wait, was it that? It was for. I'm sure it was the Dead Island one, where it's in reverse. I have to check in a minute if I'm right, but I'm sure it's the Dead Island one where it goes in reverse and it shows like a 10-year-old girl or something. She's like on the grass covered in broken glass and like dead, and then like she like suddenly starts going back. Oh, no, there's two ones, and she like starts going back like back up through the window and stuff, and you can see that her family's being chased by zombies or whatever, and it's all in reverse, and it's really really good. I think it's Dead Island. I'm gonna have to look it up on my phone real quick.
Well, there was
Um,
one, and I can't remember exactly what it's called. I'm just quickly seeing if I can find it now, and it was something that looked really cool, and I can't remember if it is what I think it is. Do you remember a game called Wild Nine?
oh my god, was that was it on like the Wii Wild Nine?
No, it was older than that. Oh God.
Wild Nine. It sounds familiar. I know the name for
Uh,
sure.
there was a. My God. There was a game, and it came with like you could get a T-shirt and all sorts for it, and it's a really old school game. And I remember I saw a trailer for it, or I saw something for it, and it was where is it? Oh yeah, that's it. So basically, it was a game by the same creators of like Earthworm Jim, and you had an arm where you could sort of like grab stuff, lift it
Ooh.
up, and like and throw it, and this, that, and the other. It was a really cool sort of concept of a game. I think it's the only time I ever bought like uh a a box set for it. So it had like
Hmm.
T-shirt to come with it. It had this, that, and the other. It's like one of the first games I like. Oh, that looks really cool. And I think it was like a really old trailer, or like it was a really old advert, because I think it was When we're talking like before internet was readily available, it could have been dial-up days.
We had like PS1, Wild 9.
Yeah, yeah,
Whoa.
yeah. It was.
Whoa. I know the name. I do not know this game.
It was a really good game. I loved playing it. And it was just really really cool to sort of like playing it. I found it really fun, but it's
1998.
yeah. Oh my god,
Just
what a
looking at
game
that,
that
there's a
was.
screenshot of some weird mech with a testicle driving it.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Besides that, I did always enjoy the trailers for Abe, Abe's Exodus and
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Abe's
yeah.
Odyssey and stuff. It was really good. It was more of a cinematic, but like it was a decent sort of trailer for it. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
The announcement trailer for The Division, I really liked. That was really good.
Oh,
But then
good.
we love The Division, don't we? So
Yes.
I really hope that wait, did it get cancelled, that The Division Wild
Uh,
Heartlands?
God, there's so
Did it
many
get cancelled? I
games.
hope not, because Ubisoft are afraid of
Division.
making money.
Well, I didn't realize
Um,
this, but they made a Division 3, but it was a mobile game.
oh no.
I know that's never
No,
good.
I'm not gonna play that. I'm gonna install it right now.
Uh,
I think I love The Division.
oh, the Division 3. Sorry, I'm wrong. It does not currently have a release date, and since the game hasn't even received any trailer yet, it's safe to assume we probably won't see it in 2025. Though stranger things have happened, but they do have a general idea of what they're going to do for it.
Oh wait, is that The Division Resurgence? Because yeah, I've got it pre-registered to download. Yeah,
Oh my
I don't
god.
even remember doing that. So yeah, I've just got onto it and I'm pre-registered to install it already.
Oh, the
I
Division
was
was
like, I'm
such
not
a
gonna
good
play
game.
that. I'm definitely gonna play that.
I mean, obviously, I preferred the first Division over the second
Yeah,
one.
yeah. I think
Uh,
we played it and released the second one though. We did, didn't we?
we
And
did.
it was very empty. That's the thing. It was very empty.
I think when we played the first one, a lot of it had already come out. A lot of the content had already been released, and obviously we
I
were just
think
on catch up.
it was over a year old by the time we played it.
But I think that's a shame, really, because a lot of games that come out nowadays, they're almost incomplete. Like, you
Oh,
got
they're all incomplete, yeah, especially from like Ubisoft and stuff.
oh
Do you remember
yeah,
that one Ubisoft game where you couldn't see people's faces? They were just eyeballs and mouths hanging there.
no,
You don't
what?
remember that? Oh God, hang on. I
They were
think it
just
was.
eyeballs and
Oh man,
faces.
it was like the biggest. Hang on, I'll see if I can.
So wait, so it was just like you just had eyes just hovering in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it was a
Uh,
glitch, but
Oh my god, that's weird. What was it
yeah,
for? Wasn't like for like Cyberpunk or anything like that. It was an Ubisoft game. What would it be?
Assassin's Creed Unity.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, like
Unity was for a lot of people the worst game, but for some
oh, hang
people
on,
it was a lot of people that was a Pokeball.
it was yeah my phone desktop. Like
Oh
that's
my
not the
god, that's
coconut, that's the
weird.
back of his hair.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's like the state it released in
So
for a long time.
basically, the rendering didn't sort of like go into it. So I'm guessing that the program didn't initiate straight away, so it didn't render correctly.
It was a big old glitch for a big old time, and like
Ah,
Assassin's Creed games. Do you remember when Assassin's Creed game would come out every 2 weeks?
so like Assassin's Creed for me is not Assassin's Creed anymore. Do you get what I mean by that?
I know what you're saying. Yeah, it's an
Yeah,
action game, not a self assassination
that's
game.
it. Yeah. It kind of moved away from that. You got games that are like still assassin games like Hitman.
It died at the end of like Revelations. Let's just say that
Yeah,
Assassin's Creed Revelations, because you had Assassin's Creed 2, then Brotherhood, Revelations, and that was it. The third one came out then, and that was just
which
it,
it was a whole different thing.
it was okay. There was a great twist at the beginning, the very beginning. There was a great twist where the game was like 15 years old, where you didn't play as an assassin, you played as a Templar.
Yeah. But it was. I mean, it had to happen at some point.
It did have to happen at some point, and
I
you only
mean,
played for him for like 5 minutes, but
yeah. And then you play the rest of it as like his illegitimate child or something.
yeah, I can't remember the kid's name.
Oh, Connor?
Is it Connor Kenway? Was that it?
Ken? No, but Captain
Kenway.
Kenway was part of. Wait, was that the? Oh my god! Like,
Was it Hayward?
oh, I
Oh, I
can't
don't remember.
remember.
Anyway, we're way off topic here.
way off topic. I mean, that's pretty much on topic for us, to be fair. I have a
So
list of stuff that,
yeah, let's go through the list. Let's go
okay,
through the list now.
right. So let's go
Do
through the
some quick
list.
fire.
Let's do a quick fire through list, right? So we already clarified, and this is how the segue started. You haven't watched any Dragon Ball Daima.
I have not.
That's how it started. It
I
started with the fact that
will.
you
I'm
haven't
gonna
done it.
keep up with that one, but I'm
Uh,
gonna
well, do you know what? This would have been the perfect time to do it because it's been on it's been on like a week break, um, just over the New Year period. It's just been on like a little bit of a break, so it would have been the perfect time to get into it before it
I
kicks
can
off
watch
again.
like 2, 3 episodes at a time. It's just
Yeah, but
I'll
the
catch up.
last episode was really really good. So you really do
I'll
need to
catch
catch
up.
up.
I
You
will catch
need
up.
to. You need to.
I will. Get off
The
my
the
dick.
I mean the next one was going to be about Warhammer, but I didn't get to read what I wanted to read of the book.
How much have you read of the book? Just like the intro page.
I'm in a few pages in, so obviously
Has it
um,
actually gotten to the story yet, or it got to the bit like we were going to make this guy a saint, but then we read his notes?
I mean I haven't got that. I haven't got very far into it. It's very early days for me.
Fair enough.
I'm still trying to read Harry Potter at the same time.
I was in Warhammer today, actually. I went in there before I went to watch Nosferatu, and I picked up 2 paints.
You picked up 2 paints.
Yeah, I mean, I hadn't got 65 quid spare to buy the new Kill Team box set, so I
We
guess
still haven't done a kill team. That's the other
Well,
thing.
You haven't knuckled up and turned up, so
I was going to show up, and then I realized that I had not finished my chocolate at home.
fair excuse. Yeah, fair excuse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
No, but I do want to sort out a time just to sort of like give it a go, just to sort of see what it's like.
Yeah,
But I was disheartened when you never showed up this weekend. So
I'm sorry, I forgot that my son had a friend coming round. So
both my kids were a little bit teary-eyed when you said that.
I called them. I called your children. I called you, and your kids were there. So
they just basically
that's
took
more
the phone.
what it is. Just for anyone watching, like, oh, you called the kids? No, they love me for some reason. I don't understand why. I've met me, so I know that it's delusion that they have.
It's the same type of weird energy, I'm guessing.
Possibly, yeah. Possibly. Your one kid was just like,
Yeah, basically.
Like, are you pooing? And she's like, maybe. I was like, oh, well, maybe me too.
And that's what I mean by the same kind of energy.
I might also be. I might have incontinence. I don't know. I'm almost 39. 39?
39 this year.
I know.
Oh my god.
I don't feel as old as I thought I would feel. If you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't feel like I'm 39 this year. I mean, when I wake up in the morning and I sneeze and my back hurts, then I sometimes feel that way.
You have to sneeze first? That's rookies.
I mean, for my back to hurt?
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah.
I wake up in the morning like, ah.
And then you just hurt.
Yeah, I just hurt. I ache. I have a slim fast milkshake and I go to work.
I have started to try and go to the gym
tablets.
to try and help with that. So
I've got to go back tomorrow because my wife hinted very heavily that something. Yeah, maybe goes, oh, for every 20 pounds a man loses, he gains his 1.5 inches. And she's like, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I have, average. I'm sorry about that. But I'm,
Oh dear.
And she's like, So apparently, yeah, I need to lose some weight so I gain another like 7 inches. So I'm like, stuff.
Able to make contact.
Apparently, yeah. I mean,
well,
I saw like 2 willies today in the cinema. Neither of them were mine.
What?
In Nosferatu, I went to watch Nosferatu.
Oh, right, okay.
Dongs, which is like, fair play. You see a lot of like, women anatomy in movies.
Yeah.
Like a lot. Like,
yeah.
And you don't see any like male anatomy, as it were. And like now you really are starting to see it more in like TV shows and films. And I'm like, that's good. That's good because like that's fair then, isn't it? I think me and my wife were talking about it. Like for every boob you see a ball. And I'm like, I agree. I'm not, attracted to them, but that's funny. And I mean,
can't disagree with you. You probably should be equal You know, we're all about that, the equal of everything. But it shouldn't be just for no reason. It should have some sort of plot point
Yeah, I
for
mean
both
that's
parts. For both parts, you
yeah.
shouldn't just see, like, you know, remember in like a lot of films they used to just kind of put a shower scene in, just so they could have a half naked woman in there.
The most unnecessary shower scene in history is in Alien
I
Covenant.
knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah, have you seen it? Have you watched Alien Covenant?
Oh my god, no!
It's
Because
the
you've
most.
said this before.
Oh, have I?
You have
Okay.
actually said this. You've
That's
said
just the
this
most
before.
unnecessary shower scene in history. They finally get off this planet just covered in monsters, just the most effective killer machines they've ever encountered. First thing they do, they get back on. Let's have a shower and a shag at the same time.
Yeah. It's, you know, it's just pointless to it. But like
Most unnecessary scene.
but like you have that a lot in a lot of things now. It's not just films that they do it in, because they do it in like loads of music videos all the in time.
Mm.
They'll do it in adverts that have nothing to do with the product.
I mean, you don't see any more like racy Lynx adverts. You know,
I miss like the Old Spice adverts. Those were brilliant.
the Old Spice adverts are
Yeah, they
hilarious.
were
You can't
brilliant.
deny, as sexist as they were, the old Lynx adverts were funny.
Oh yeah, but like
They were funny, but like they were just oh my god, no one
it,
actually believes this is what's going to happen to you.
is it sexist if you're just trying to be funny?
Yeah, it can be very
Oh,
much so.
okay,
Yeah,
never mind then.
yeah, very much depends on the context of what you're saying.
I just
I'm not
assume
going to
that
say
if you
any now because I'll just get clipped and put over YouTube and say that hairy UK man is sexist.
I mean, to be
Um,
fair, I don't think there's going to be enough people that are going to watch this or listen to it.
It only
That
takes one. It only takes one, and I know TikTok closed down in the week, but it only takes one for see you to get on TikTok, and then it goes viral, and they don't even tag you, so you get the credit.
isn't Elon Musk trying to buy TikTok?
Oh fuck Elon Musk! I started just going on all of his. I have a Twitter. I had it for years. I barely use it. I think I've made like 200 tweets, and like hundreds of those have been in like the last couple of weeks where I've just gone on everything him and Trump have tweeted and just called him a pair of c words. I just reply to him every time. This is serious. Oh yes, I think Nigel Farage should be prime minister, and I just type get fucked. And I'm surprised he hasn't banned me by now because he's
No, I mean, you know, everyone's
Nigel Farage should be like in charge of the country. I mean, come on.
well, you know, at the moment, I don't even know who are one in charge. So
Well, there isn't anyone. You know, maybe we should run for like co-prime minister.
I don't know how that would go. What would you
Two
put as
kings.
right?
Hello?
So we'll lead us two kings.
Exactly. We'll
Fucking lead us two kings.
Are
So like, if you could
lubing up your
have,
hands there?
have you? What's that?
Are you leaving your hands up there?
No,
Those are two kings.
no. So I got
Oh, okay.
two guitar picks that I was just putting
Right.
back up here.
Okay.
If
They
you could
look
have
thick as
anything
well.
as your what's that?
They look thick as well.
Well, the one is very thick. That
Right.
one's a really thick one. This
Yeah,
one
that's a
is
base one, mate.
this one is thin as
That's
hell.
also really thick.
Yes,
Yeah,
there's nothing to it. Really
it
thin.
looks really thick.
No, this is right. This is oh god.
That pink one's definitely a base one.
Yeah, this one is that one's
Mm.
solid. That one's solid as hell.
Yeah,
Um,
car with that.
this one, you know, it's just there's nothing to it.
Okay, all right.
Anyway, what would you have as your political how would you get yourself to be in charge? You know, what would your main, I don't know what you put it as, but what would your main sort of like statement be? What would you sort of like run your campaign on?
I don't give a fuck.
That's what your
Probably.
campaign would be. I
would
don't
just
give a
do-
fuck.
I would just do what I thought would be best. And like, I don't have a need. Thing is, I'm not rich and or powerful. Therefore, I do not crave more riches or power. So I wouldn't be like, hey, would you like to have like 200 million pounds to keep the petrol industry going? And I'd be like, no, get fucked. You know, in fact, anything, I want an electric car. So I wouldn't be taking bribes and such because I've got no need for it. Whatever wage I would get as the prime minister would be the most money I've ever earned. So that's what you need, I think, to people who already have a lot of money to go into a job where they're making less money than they thought they would. To have people bribe them is going to be like, oh my god, that's exactly what I wanted.
So the
you know?
prime
I
minister
would-
is usually paid just over 150,000 a year.
And that's way more than I make in a year right now. You
Yeah,
know?
but like my point is, right, is if you like look at all the politicians that we have, every single one of them, do
Ugh,
we need all of them?
no,
Right.
we do
So
not.
we could
That's all they
already
do is
save.
argue.
So
So, oh,
all
we should do this. Oh, we should do that. So get fucked. We're gonna do this. Get it in paper. You with the curly wig. Smack the hammer. Let's get out.
that's a whole
Dregs
different
are on
thing.
me.
So what we're talking about, that's two different parts. Okay. The
Right.
the, the ones with the wigs, that's different. Okay.
Okay. Right.
That's not the same thing.
There's a
Just-
judge in there. I've seen the House of Commons. I don't pay attention, but I've seen it. He's
uh,
the one. They're like, oh, and your vinegar was the cheap one from Sainsbury's. And they're like, oh, you get your tonic water from Tesco and not Finland.
there was
And it's just like, there's more issues, you know.
I think the most entertaining and annoying sort of thing sort of watched on TV from I think last year was when they were sort of like, it was something was happening. Obviously, they were doing a vote on this, that, and the other, and there was like two of the constituents that were just sleeping.
Oh, it happens all the time. It's hilarious. Yeah. They're just like,
Mm.
the
Like,
most
what
full
the
that
fuck?
court ever was when like they were discussing like the second homes, and all the MPs with second homes were there.
Yeah, so like the worst part is like most politicians will be paid a certain amount of money, but they will have a house as part of that anyway.
Yeah. Thing is, and this is the thing, like I would be instantly hated by half of the country because you instantly are anyway. But I wouldn't even tell anyone. I'd just say we're back in the EU. Don't worry, me and me secretary, we sorted it out. We're back in. So I would instantly put us back in. I would instantly put it. So the first thing I do, put us back in the EU straight away. And I wouldn't tell anyone until like a week later when it's done. It's too late. Done it. What you can do? Can't stop me. I'm the prime minister. Oh, you want me to quit? Nah. My manager at my last job wanted me to quit. I've been there for 10 years.
Yeah, again, you're thinking of of not a democracy because you can't really do much as
Look. I will bring peace, freedom, and justice to my new empire.
yeah.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot
I
of
would
sense.
do what I would think would be best.
So we're not going to lead
And-
as two kings. It's just going to be
Not
I'm going to
lead as
get
two kings.
poisoned.
Yeah, while you're out
But-
checking potatoes.
Yeah, I poisoned
Idaho.
yours as well.
No,
Oh my god.
no.
Shitty,
What else is on the list we should be talking about?
Oh my god, I only got to the second thing and then we just segued off. And also we're running out of time, so
Is this piss?
it's what piss?
This drink. Carry on.
I drank all mine. Although
Did you?
yeah.
That did look like piss.
To be well, it was apple. It was apple and
Oh, okay,
it was
right.
apple and lemonade.
Sure, it was.
Yeah.
Just apple.
It
Tangy.
has a lovely flavor to it.
Zinger. I
That-
genuinely shuddered then.
That just reminded me of the scene in Dumb and Dumber where he wants to sort of
Tic Tac, sir. Give
Just
me the
go-
booze, you pumpkin patch haircut and prick.
It's a cardigan, but thanks for noticing.
Killer boots, man. Anyway, what's next on
Oh.
the list? We're distracted again. Let's
Oh
do
my
this.
god,
Let's do
this
the
is
list.
this
We've been
is
trying
so...
to do this list for 3 weeks.
Okay, so
Well, longer than 3 episodes. Come on,
what do you
else we got?
feel is the most overrated game?
Call of Duty.
Yeah, I
People take it.
I agree
way
with
too
you.
seriously.
Jesus.
People take it way too seriously for what it is, don't they? Come on.
Well, as you are kind of one of those people as well.
I'm not. I don't take it. If I lose, I expect to lose. I don't punch a hole in my drive wall, punch my wife, and then go out and have beers. And then if I come across a girl in the lobby, I'm like, maybe you're sour. You fucking slag. You're a slag.
That's the same as what you get with like FIFA Rage. FIFA is another
Yeah.
one. You get the
People
same
who
sort of
only
thing.
play- yeah.
It's like
People who
okay,
only play FIFA and cards are dickheads. Like, just flat out dickheads. They are. And if any are watching, they're like, I'm not a dickhead. Yes, you are. When was the last time you had any enjoyment in anything apart from like maybe getting a win in Call of Duty, Man, I think I had like 7 wins in Warzone and I was happy with each and every single one. And like I said, I never snapped a controller, never broke a TV, never hurt my wife. My house is in one piece. I love my son.
yeah. I think
It's-
Call of Duty.
players-
I played it twice. The Warzone.
Yeah.
The one
Oh, you
time I
it
played
with
it.
us. We were having fun.
Yeah, so that
Yeah.
was entertaining. If it's with the
Yeah,
right
Can't
people,
take it seriously.
good fun, nice entertaining. Don't really care about the rest.
Yeah, that's
Whatever.
it. As long as you have a good time, that's fine. If you go on there, just have nothing but like the entire time. Just stop playing it. It's not worth it.
Do you know
It's
what?
not worth
It's
it.
one of the reasons why I quite enjoy watching. Have you seen like the GTA Online sort of stuff?
I like the role player stuff. Yeah, I
Yeah,
love the role plays in GTA
it
Online.
is hilarious because they literally
Ah,
just they just live that life, and you're like, that
I
is nuts on how good it is.
I watched a TikTok. I watched a Twitch stream for 2.5 hours once
Mm.
of these people role playing as cops in the police station in the
Yes.
meeting room, and they were talking about how they were going to bust this gang for 2 hours. I had to go to work. No, I didn't. What was I doing? I had to go in. I had an appointment. That was it. I had to go to the doctors or something before I even saw them do the bust. And I was like, oh my God. Like 2.5 hours. Like, where's this going to go? What's McNasty going to do?
Oh my god, McNasty.
It's so entertaining. It's so much fun. Like watching these role players on Grand Theft Auto. It's hilarious. It's like the last thing I expected that I would enjoy
I
about
wonder if
that.
you'd like if you're allowed to just join in on their server. If you can
I
if
think you can. There's definitely dedicated servers to it. But then is it all cops and robbers one? You know,
oh my god, there could be
kind of
like a
got to be,
Real
hasn't it?
Housewives one.
Yeah, there's kind of got to be though. Yeah, well, that would be awesome.
Well, obviously you got cops and robbers. You'll have ones where people are just doing like the races. You'll have ones where like different things for different parts. Some of the
Yeah,
modifications you can do on there are just ridiculous.
I like that you can get like the scooping planes and stuff. I watched someone, he pretended to be a police officer, turned up at a bust for this guy speeding, stole his McLaren F1, and drove off with it. The police were chasing him down, and then he called up one of his mates who's in this gang with him on the server to come and scoop him up in an Avenger jet or
What the
something. And
fuck?
I think he crashed the car into the jet before he got away. So the car was on fire. But like, yeah,
Oh my god.
yeah, it was really entertaining to watch. I had a great time.
I mean, you know what? That actually sounds like really good TV. It
It
just
was
does.
really good fun.
It's really
It
good
was
fun.
really good
Yeah.
fun. The fact like just called up his mate as he was driving along as well. It's like, hey man, can you help me out? I'm kind of stuck. The police are chasing me. I'm in a stolen McLaren F1, and it was great. It was fantastic. He's like, yeah man, just give me like 10 minutes to get to my computer, and I'll come scoop you up in the Avenger. He's like, what's the Avenger?
You'll
And he's
find
like, oh,
out.
he's like, yeah, you're gonna find out.
Jeez, that actually sounds really good. But yeah, things like that I think that's a
Mhm.
well worth game to sort of like play. But like, yeah, overrated definitely COD. I mean, don't get me wrong, it used to be a really good game.
Mm.
Back when it was like COD or Medal of Honor, because it was usually one of those. Medal of Honor was a really good game.
Medal of Honor came out. Call of Duty came out because the people that worked for Medal of Honor were getting fired, and then they went and made Call of Duty as a Medal of Honor killer.
Oh,
So
it
if I'm
worked.
remembering it that the right way round, yes,
That definitely worked.
it definitely worked. If I'm pretty sure I'm remembering that the right way round, they worked on Medal of Honor, and then they came out with Call of Duty because they got fired. So yeah,
I I miss games like Medal of Honor, where it was like a good story driven game. You got to relive sort of parts of history, and obviously they just tweaked it a little bit to add extra onto like some of the story and stuff. I like that sort of stuff. It's good. Um,
the 2000 is it 2010 Medal of Honor where they rebrand? It was just Medal of Honor. It wasn't in World War Two. It was in like the Gulf War or the Gulf War Two.
hmm,
You had to go. You were basically tracking down like ISIS and stuff in the mountains in Iraq, and it was really good. It was really good game, really good. It just I think Call of Duty came out the same year because it does, and
Call of
like you
Duty
know
comes out every year.
yeah, that's the thing. Like people weren't playing it because Call of Duty came out, and they're like Call of Duty has got this new zombie mode. But like it was a really good Medal of Honor game. It was a really good first person shooter game. The multiplayer was okay. It wasn't fantastic, but it was okay. I mean, I wasn't getting beamed out of the sky by hackers,
Hmm.
you know, because I don't
Yeah.
know why people do it. It's just not fun to play anymore.
Well, you got the same thing with a few different like shooters because I'm pretty sure like Siege has got the same sort of issues with like
Mm.
auto aim and things like this. But it takes the fun out of it.
Yeah,
You want to enjoy a game.
even in the multiplayer games, not just Warzone, where in Warzone, the first version of Warzone, it got really bad at the end. Like before that, you come across a couple of hackers, and you're like, yeah, you can definitely see me through the wall. But the state it's in now is like nothing. Like if you go in a multiplayer lobby, half the lobby has got hacks. They're playing with cheats on.
Mm.
Like half the lobby is playing with cheats on. And usually it's the entire other team.
Ah,
So like I just won't play it anymore. I've just uninstalled it. Not that that matters to the wide audience and EA themselves
no.
or Activision themselves because they're like, oh, we don't care. If the big streamers and stuff all said don't play it and then just stop playing it, then they would listen. But until then, they'll just carry on.
No, I suppose it's if people are gonna keep playing it, let them keep
Mm,
playing it.
yeah.
I mean, what was it that everyone was playing recently? And then obviously Marvel Rivals came out, and it's kind of stopped a
Mm.
lot of people from playing a lot of these other sort of like games. I think Marvel Rivals has killed off a lot of like Overwatch and things like that.
A hero
Um,
shooter, yeah.
yeah, and it's a decent hero shooter as well. Seems like it's
Yeah.
got quite a bit of a back into it, and it's quite interesting. So
The
that's
thing
what
is,
I
as long
think.
as any game hasn't got hackers in it, people will go to it, and as soon as hackers turn up, they'll leave.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I do. I mean, like I say, I play Fortnite, and I guarantee I've come across a few hackers when I've been playing that, but generally, mostly, not really. You can blatantly tell when they are cheating, and you just report them. But like, yeah, it's getting to a point where multiplayer games are getting unplayable if there's hacking involved.
Mm.
But
Which is a
yeah,
shame,
oh
really,
well,
but
yeah.
at least you don't have to.
What have you been playing, by the way?
So I've been replaying, because when you kind of you have played a new game, but you just can't get into it, and you need like a bit of a palate cleanser to get back into things.
Have you been reading my diary?
Not all the time, but sometimes.
Okay.
But I've been replaying back through Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh, okay.
So I've actually been replaying back through it because
Mm.
obviously I know that they've announced obviously the sequel, and obviously I really enjoyed the first one, and I played through it, and I played through Iki Island where they did all the stuff there,
Mm.
and it was a really good game. So I'm kind of just playing back through it, but I don't get a lot of time to play, so I've got to be very, unless it's a game that I'm so like. It didn't take me long to play all the way through Spider-Man 2.
But
I
that's one you can play in front of your kids, though.
Yeah, yeah, because
There you
obviously,
go.
my youngest loves Spider-Man, so that always helps.
Yeah, but
Um,
I would say you couldn't play Ghost of Tsushima in front of your daughters.
I have.
Oh, you have? Oh, okay, fair enough.
Just turn blood off. They don't know what's happening. It's fine.
Oh, I didn't know that was a feature. All right, fair enough.
Yeah. Well, you could put it in black and white. You take the blood off, and it just looks like an old film.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Um, I think most of the dialogue. Well, you could switch it over to Japanese dialogue, and then obviously just put the
Ugh.
subs on. They don't know any better. Yeah, it's fine.
There you go. Yeah.
I sometimes do the same thing with One Piece. They don't have a clue what's going on, and they're like,
Fair
"Oh,
enough.
yeah, that there." It's like, "Yeah, okay, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine."
Cool. You know, one of your daughters can actually read, right?
Not that fast. The subtitles are a bit
Oh,
quick.
fair enough. I was like, only one of them. The other one's like too feral
I
to
mean,
learn languages.
oh god, oh my god, we got called into the school. Oh
Oh, yeah?
yeah,
Oh, this is going to be good, isn't it?
no, well, because so she,
This is the youngest one, right?
this is the youngest one.
Okay.
So
Absolute feral.
no,
Absolute.
the problem
Was she
is
getting better?
no. So the problem is she won't sit still for long enough to
Okay.
learn much. So like
Okay.
they start like going through things, and it's like 1 second she's there, the next second she's outside. Because obviously in
Right.
reception they just let them go in and out, in and out, in and out. So they're
Yeah.
they're finding it hard to get her to focus on something, and I find it hard to get her to focus on something. So I'm not really sure how I can help them. And I'm like,
I mean,
hmm, I'm
mm,
not sure, but but yeah, she every few seconds she's just like off something else. She'll like start playing with something, and then the next minute she's in the kitchen drawing. Next minute she's outside, sort of like playing with wood. You just don't know what it's going to be next.
I
You
mean,
no
I'm
idea.
not a doctor, but I have several diagnoses.
So they're not allowed to diagnose anything at all until she's older.
Oh, I didn't know this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they have
Okay.
to be over a certain age because
Yeah.
they know that most kids just like to go out and play. So,
Mm,
they don't sort of like, they won't diagnose anything until she's like 7, I think it is. So
right. Okay.
she's a ways off from that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because she's 4, so she's got a few more years. So we just got
Yeah.
to try and cope through it as we sort of go. But
She's like Goku before he had his tail cut off.
Ha! No, she's like Goku, uh, basically before he bumped his head.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, that's what you meant. Yeah,
That's what I meant. Yeah, that's what I meant.
it's okay. I'm just correcting you because you just don't know much about Dragon Ball. It's okay. It's fine.
I mean, it's been like watching Dragon Ball. The last time I watched Dragon Ball was probably about 15 years ago. So
Wow.
Dragon Ball, yeah, was
So
like 15 years ago.
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
Um,
because well,
it's a shame.
I watched Z first, and then I went back and
Same,
watched
yeah,
Dragon Ball, and then I
yeah.
watched Z again, and then I watched GT. I know, but you know,
Oh,
there were some good things to it.
oh, oh no.
There were some really good stuff to it.
I mean, whatever good things were there were instantly negated by guess what? The Great Saiyaman. Instantly, every good thing has just been gone. You know, and the Great Saiyaman. Ah,
Oh God. Yeah.
yeah,
The less said the better, really, on that one.
I know.
But I'm gonna have to end it here.
I was gonna
We
say,
did
should we end it
not
on that low
we
note?
we did not get through
I mean, you can
the
cross
rest
most
of
of those
it.
things off the list, right?
No, I can cross off two
No.
things, and that's it. We didn't get a chance to go through the stuff, but you know we'll come back round to it. I'll be probably added more as we sort of go along. But
Okay.
yeah, that's us
Okay.
finito for now.
Should I do the outro then? Shall I?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for washing. Thank you, you stinky boys and girls. Thank you for washing. Also, thank you for watching. If you liked this, I don't know why you would, but if you did, give us a like, a share, a subscribe, a follow. Well, I don't know what's on Spotify. I don't use it. Are we on Spotify?
Yeah, we're on Spotify.
Holy shit!
I've got no idea how
What
it
do I
works
do?
on Spotify. I think there's like a
Put us in your playlist on Spotify. I don't know.
well, you
Put
can
us
add
on.
yeah, you can add them to like your favorite list or whatever it might be, and then
Yeah,
you get
you
notifications
can.
when a new episode is out.
You can listen to us through your Amazon Alexa. I'm only saying that like that because mine's over to the side. She's a twitchy bitch.
Ah,
So you can say
yes.
like Rolex, and she'll be like, "What did you say?"
Yeah, I got the same thing with like Hey Google, and it's like,
Mm,
okay, it listens in.
yeah. So yeah, thank you. Like I say, thank you very much for liking, sharing, subscribing because I know you've done those things. Obviously, he's been Blitz. See, I'll say your name. He's been Blitz. I've been Jenko. Um, we'll get through some more stuff next time. Like we'll do the list first.
Maybe not. Who
We'll do the
knows?
list first. You know what? You should put the list on the back of the door next to you,
Oh, yeah, I
and
could
then I
print
can
that out.
see the
You can,
list. Then
it'll be all backwards.
I can reverse your camera. It's fine.
Oh,
I
okay.
can read backwards. I could read backwards and upside down.
Oh my God, somebody posted something on Facebook the other day, and
Mm,
it's sort of like, I read through the whole thing, and it was
yeah,
one of
was
those
it
ones
text
where, like,
speech?
if you can read this, you are actually dyslexic. You're just reading it correctly. And then you read back through it, and you're like, oh my God, nothing's in the right order.
I don't think that's true.
I don't know if it's true, but I read it in the right order, and then I read back,
No,
and I was
fair enough.
like, this confused the shit out of me.
All right, fair enough. Okay.
Mm.
Well, yeah. So we should go now then, right?
Yep.
Because it's like 9 p.m. and we're 39 almost.
Yeah, this is like past my bedtime,
I gotta have my medicines.
and I've got to try and watch one more episode of Rookie.
Oh my god, it's too happy. I love it. I love that show, but I wish there was more peril in it. You know. But we'll talk about that next time.
Okay,
All right.
bye bye for
Well,
now.
bye. I always hit the Discord call. Bye.